This is Jon Gilbert, and you are experiencing social distancing sponsored by Suddenlink. Today, we have the Chancellor of East Carolina University, Ron Mitchelson, Greenville Utilities General Manager and CEO, Tony Cannon, and the Mayor of Greenville, North Carolina, PJ Connelly, better known as the first person to officially throw a pitch in Clark LeClaire Stadium. Gentlemen, welcome to today's social distancing. Chancellor, we're going to go around the room. I'm going to start with you. Would like you to tell us where you're joining us from.
I'm in beautiful Spillman Hall, room 105, if anybody doesn't want to join me.
Mayor Connelly.
I am down at City Hall at my office.
And Tony Cannon.
I'm in my office at Greenville Utilities.
And I'd like each of you to tell me, what your day looks like today. What are you working on? Mayor, I'm going to start with you.
It's been a busy couple of weeks here. We've been making preparations, making sure that the community's safe and putting things in place to ensure that all the citizens here are continuing to do their social distancing, practicing good hygiene, and following the CDC guidelines as well as the Pitt County Health Director's guidelines. So it has been it's been kind of a crazy few weeks that we've been dealing with this, but we've been very fortunate. We've got a great community that has really bought into this and understands the complexity of the situation and understands the steps that we need to take to make sure that we're doing everything to keep everybody safe.
We appreciate your servant leadership. Chancellor Mitchelson, what are you working on today?
Well, a lot of tough decisions coming up. For example, what do we do with summer school? Summer school's right around the corner. And so we've had a couple of meetings about that, teleconference, of course, and we're waiting on system guidance. One of the hardest parts of this episode has been sort of waiting for the system to provide guidance that everybody can align to in the system. So we're working hard on that. We got a cabinet meeting later, John. You're invited to that, of course.
I will be on the call. Tony, I know with Greenville Utilities, you've had to make a lot of adjustments over the last several weeks. Tell us some of the things that you've been working on and what those adjustments look like.
Well, a lot of folks now are working from home. Almost a third of our workforce is working from home right now. We also have a lot of crews that are one-man crews that are leaving from their homes in the morning, and we're dispatching electronic work orders to them and staggering them throughout the day to come in and get their materials and supplies so that we are practicing good social distancing.
We appreciate that. Chancellor Mitchelson, East Carolina is in the second week of online distance learning. Tell us what that has been like, challenges that you've had to overcome, and some positive results as well.
In general, I think it's been going pretty well. We've had some individual faculty who have needed help. We do have some accessibility issues from the student standpoints. We've been working on those individuals as they come to be known. But in general, I'm so thankful for the pirate spirit that the students have done great, and the faculty as well. So far so good. In some cases, it's not a great substitute for face-to-face, but we're doing the best we can.
We appreciate your leadership. Mayor Connelly, you instituted the Stop the Spread order last week for Greenville to urge people to remain at home unless they are essential for work or activities. How has that gone so far, and what do you anticipate over the coming weeks?
It has been it's been a tough process. It was not an easy call. Did a lot of discussion with many of our partners here in the community. People at the state and national level helped us out to make that decision. We're going to continue to ask people to stay at home. I think the most important thing is that we want everybody to be safe. This has been a huge issue for our city, from not only a health concern, but from an economic concern too. And I think most of the people in our community understand the importance of not spreading the disease, or I should say the virus, and making sure that we're staying at home and listening to those that are experts in the field. I think the big thing is that we've had a lot of people that are medical professionals. We're very lucky to have Vite Medical Center here in our community, and they've advised us that bad things could happen if we don't stay home. And I hate to see all the students from East Carolina University not here right now, but the other issue with that is we could see massive spread if we don't make these big decisions to perfect or to protect our community.
Well, it's clear we all should be taking this virus seriously. You're experiencing social distancing sponsored by Suddenlink. We're with ECU Chancellor Ron Mitchelson, the Mayor of Greenville, North Carolina, PJ Connelly, and Greenville Utilities President and General Manager Tony Cannon. Tony, I know that you're heavily involved with a lot of local businesses in Greenville. What have your conversations been with those local businessmen?
It's challenging right now for our local businesses, as the mayor alluded to. We've had a lot of businesses that have actually shut their doors and have needed some assistance with payment plans. We stopped disconnecting customers for non-payment. We did that a couple of weeks ago. And any business or individual, for that matter, that needs help with their payments, we can help them with that, but also assure them that we're continuing to provide service, because things don't always just stop, and we can't stop providing the services that you all are depending on each day.
Chancellor Mitchelson, you've lived in Greenville, North Carolina for a long time. What makes this place so special and gives you a belief that we'll come back better than ever?
Well, we've done it before. We've never experienced quite this kind of episode, which is sort of long and enduring. But my first year here was Hurricane Floyd, and some of my colleagues will remember the episode. We came back stronger than ever. We grew as a city. That was a horrible event in our history, but it teaches us new lessons. We got new tools for our toolbox. Sort of this distance learning is going to be probably more important. So I'm very, very confident that the pirate spirit of the city of Greenville, the county, really is in the right place at the right time. And I'm really thankful for the leadership that I'm looking at here, Mayor Connelly. And, Tony's been I've never had a power interruption in 20 years. I'm going to say that, Tony.
Yeah, that's a good promotion of Greenville Utilities right there.
There you go.
Mayor Connelly, you spent a considerable amount of time talking to the residents and businesses of Greenville. What has been your message, and what type of feedback have you heard from the residents?
I think the main thing that I continue to remind everybody is that there isn't a single person in our community that isn't being affected by this. Doesn't matter who you are. Everybody's being affected one way or another. If it's not a health concern, it's an economic concern. And the main thing is to understand that this is kind of a roadblock. We're going to get through this. It's just a matter of time. But the only way we get through this is if we all work together. And as you alluded to, Chancellor, we've got some great leadership here at the city, and we're lucky to have some great partners that have all bought in and have taken the data and the information that we've received and made some hard decisions. I talked to somebody the other day and they said, sometimes, you have to make those decisions, and it may be 2, 3, 4 months before you find out if those were the right decisions or not. And, I think that we're heading in the right direction right now. It's going to be tough. The next few weeks will be tough across the nation. But like I said, we've got some great partners here, and we're really lucky to have them on board.
Well, I know as a resident of Greenville, I'm excited to have the three of you here in the leadership positions that you have. I want to have just a little bit of fun right now.
I knew this was coming.
So you're experiencing social distancing sponsored by Suddenlink. The first question is, and Mayor Connelly, we're going to start with you. Have any of you had a friend, spouse, or relative call in to bless your heart to say something positive about you or your leadership? Mayor Connelly, I'm going to start with you first.
I wish somebody would write some good things. I get some good ones and some bad ones in there. I take it with a grain of salt. Matter of fact, I think I had a couple in there today, and you get a good chuckle out of it. I put up a social media post this weekend, and some guy called me a moron, and I said, the first thing I started doing was laughing because I've been called worse than that. I've been booed off. I've been booed off of a mound by 7,000 people, so I can handle one moron comment. So.
Yeah. Yes. Chancellor, have you had anyone call in to bless your heart to give you a positive message?
Yeah, I've had a few. They call me the spin master now. So. As far as I'm concerned, all these challenges are opportunities and we're moving forward. So people have been really supportive. I'm thankful.
Tony, any bless your hearts for you?
No, thank goodness not recently. I haven't. I guess they're all busy talking about the mayor and the chancellor.
We could change that.
Next question, and we'll start with Tony. Tony, if there are three people you could have dinner with, who would that be?
Oh, the three of you would be at the top of my list, I believe.
Chancellor?
Well, I'm going to start with Ozzie Albies, who's my new favorite Brave.
Yes.
And I'll put Cliff in there. I'll put Coach Godwin in there. And then, it's a flip between Tony and JP over there. PJ, I just don't know which way it's going to go, heads or tails. So somebody like that.
And Mayor Connelly?
I'm going to give you the most or the best answer that I possibly can. I would have dinner with my daughter, Caroline, my other daughter, Mary Kate, and my wife, Jackie.
Oh, that's it.
Oh,
All right. Favorite East Carolina athletics memory? Tony, we'll start with you.
given our lack of sports here recently, I'm going to have to go with last Saturday when we beat North Carolina again at the buzzer.
That's a good one. I actually watched the whole thing, first half with you. We stayed 6 feet apart, but I really enjoyed it, and getting to see players of the past. It was a special day for the Pirates. Mayor Connelly, your favorite ECU athletics moment?
I'll tell you, I think it probably would be the ability to throw out the first pitch at Clark LeClaire Stadium. I mean, that was a very, very special moment for me. And it was a special moment for Pirate Nation. And just to be able to take part in that was very, very special.
And Chancellor?
Well, I'm going to go back to that hurricane thing, right? We had Floyd in here. We played Miami over in Raleigh, and we beat them. They were ranked ranked in the top 10. It was so exciting for this university to step up like that, those athletes step up and bring home the bacon.
And I want to close with a final message that you all would like to send to Greenville, North Carolina, and East Carolina residents. Tony, we'll start with you.
Take this thing seriously. This is not a joke. It's really turned everything upside down here for a period of time, and it's going to continue. So we have to stay the course, and we have to listen to what folks are telling us is best for our community and best for the health of the citizens.
Yeah, Chancellor Mitchelson.
Yeah, there's a greater good here. We got to take care of ourselves. We got to take care of each other. We got to flatten that curve, and it does take a big effort by the entire community. And I do believe it's going to vary by community. Those communities that are smart about this will end up being better off.
Yeah, I agree. Mayor Connelly.
I think the main thing is urging people to stay home. It only do essential travel throughout our community. It's very important that we stay away from one another right now. I mean, I know it's very difficult. It's difficult not to go to the stores and shop right now. But like the Chancellor had said, it's the greater good. We want to make sure that our community's nice and safe. We want to get back to normal. You cannot bring back somebody's life, but we can bring back our economy.
Yeah, well said. On behalf of each of you, I want to thank all the healthcare workers that continue to serve this community and region and really nationally for all the work that they're doing, putting themselves in harm's way. I know we're all very appreciative of what they're doing for all of us. You've been experiencing social distancing, sponsored by Suddenlink with Greenville Utilities, Tony Cannon, East Carolina Chancellor Dr. Ron Mitchelson, and the Mayor of Greenville, North Carolina, PJ Connelly. Go Pirates.